Greetings and hello. Hope everybody's doing well whenever they come across and see this. We are back for another recorded session that'll be loaded directly to YouTube. No streaming today. That said, if you saw the last episode, you know that Fate had Jason liking someone's yeet, and he then met them on a call. And he thinks she's pretty cute. And they've been talking, and they're going to go have a hangout now. Interestingly enough, I am getting more indications that Kat is interested in him. It's unfortunate he just doesn't feel any pull in her direction. So hopefully she won't be too disappointed in anything if things don't go that way. That said, like I mentioned, he's been texting Maxxi here, and it looks like they're going to go on a hike to get to know one another and hang out. Here's the text. This is what I was forgetting that I wanted to do yesterday as I was ending stream. I basically wanted to tell her good luck with Frank, and she said she'd accept a hangout. I can handle Frank and his dad moments. Very cool looking hanging out, particular hobbies and interests. Frank's real good at the dad stuff, and Safford frequently referred to the Frank stare when he was observing us less talented entities. Hobbies, taking pictures, hiking, off-roading, swimming, those are hobbies, right? Yes, they are. Any one of those sound good to you for hanging out? Usually hiking is a good one for a starter hangout. Well, do anything? Would you want to do that now? If you're busy, I totally understand. We'll be better planned ahead. Currently just standing outside looking at the sky. If you know a good place to meet and go on a hike, let me know. I have a few good places. Pick one and send me a ping when you get there. But yeah, he was talking about how, in regards to Kat, that he saw her on that PW call yesterday right after she had texted him. It's almost like put the thought out in the universe, got an immediate answer. Universe be liking you. Okay, universe, I need a strong fire rescue dude to be bored on duty and sitting in Legion when I get there. Let's see, lol. But he had already literally just made the text with Maxxi about meeting for the hike. So he said, universe got us word across today, maybe, possibly so, maybe it's that time. All good, there are other days. That said, let's go gas up the car. Because I know it's a little bit low. Oh, the headaches. And as I've said before when I've recorded these things, please forgive me if I don't talk to chat very much. I usually forget to. Still not used to doing things directly as a YouTube. But we're going to try. Hopefully we'll get there and get used to it eventually. We're also going to play it safe because, technically it's a date. He won't refer to it as such. He's still trying to be cognizant of the fact that she literally just got divorced yesterday. Huh, now that would be ironic. She chooses the observatory where Jason Langston, the TSRP Jason, once went on a hike with Anna. That would be ironic. That said, let's go up to the observatory. Just hang out there while we're waiting for a text. Well, timing. Weird. It's made like parking spots, but it's painted red. Dang, if that was a local car, there are some really, really good local car spawns. Okay. I am using a different controller, by the way, so that's why the driving is a little erratic. We're gonna take the shortcut here. I like that there are local bikers that spawn. Locals trying to fight a murder kitty. Hey,
A sports car for off-road.
you mentioned hiking, but that's literally the only car I own.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Damn, all right.
That says anywhere to park it if you wanted to take yours.
There's Sandy parking,
Okay.
which is like down the road a little ways.
Okay, you want to lead me to it?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
That's where I just pulled this out of.
You all right? You okay?
Seriously local.
Yep. They're crazy. Getting more and more all the time.
It would probably help if I didn't space out and like forget where I was going. My bad.
What was that?
You have some headaches, don't you?
Occasionally. It's usually not too bad, but I had a few on the way up here, yeah. I think today's just an off day or something.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Forgot you could probably park at the hospital, but I've never actually tried.
I could have, yes. If I realized that the Sandy parking was past it, I would have just mentioned, but I didn't really know where it was at all. So
It's alright, we live and learn.
that's right. So, how much did this run you?
This?
Mm-hmm.
10K.
Really? That it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I kind of wanted some sort of off-road vehicle. So.
In my opinion, don't get one of these.
Okay. Thanks for the warning.
Um, I've had this since winter last year.
Mm-hmm.
So this winter was my second winter with it, and it was miserable to drive it.
Okay.
Winter prior though, like it was amazing to drive in. It was like I could go up Chiliad no problem and stuff in it, but this, I don't know if the mechanics, did something to the parts or the wheels or something, but
Yeah. Mechanics be sneaky like that sometimes.
yeah, yeah, they made it so this thing will no longer go up Chiliad in snow and barely makes it up Chiliad without snow. So,
Which, it's just so weird that, there are some off-road vehicles that just don't off-road at all.
yeah. I mean, I could make this go from hiking to showing you what this thing's like off-road.
Yeah, if you want to. Totally your call. I will be completely honest and say that it kind of, stuck in my head when we were talking yesterday about how it seems like no one's ever been concerned about your happiness. So I'm here to try to give you a good time.
I mean, eh, my my ex-husband was concerned, I think, for a bit.
But things just changed.
I I don't really know what happened, to be honest with you. I yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Also, there's gonna be a reason that I'm showing you this area.
Okay.
Uh, this is a really good hangout spot. Just if you ever need time to get away, eh, it's best during certain times, because skinners do hang out in this area.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I've been around here way back, like about a month after I first got in the city, which was like around September last year, I think, if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
Did hunting here a couple times.
Hmm.
I'd kind of forgotten it existed because I've been so busy. So yeah, it's kind of nice to get a revisit to it.
That's my number one spot to go, and there's literally like a handful of people that know that I go there. Um, it's just a great area to like get out of your head and like think and process. And
You said you were staring at the sky when we were texting, so it's one of your ways to kind of try to, I guess, get away from things, huh? Just find some place to chill and just
pretty
be.
much, yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it's one of the best coping mechanisms that they taught me in therapy.
I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, I understand. But again, regarding yesterday, I could definitely hear the pain in your voice when you talked about your friend. Hopefully that therapy helped some.
Well, they told me that I needed to move on and like delete his number and stuff, but I still text his number. That's my own therapy right there, is to text him
Yeah,
at random.
everyone copes differently.
You know, in my head, I wish that he would respond, but I know that he's not going to.
If you want me to get off this subject, you're more than welcome to, but if it would help in any way, shape, or form, you want to hear anything you want to say.
Uh, Honestly, he was an amazing guy. Like, he's one of the few people that kind of took me in when I first moved here.
It's cool.
He met me like, I want to say maybe a month after I first moved here. And sort of got me on my feet and got me to where I needed to be. I took the wrong.
I mean, so far it doesn't seem to be struggling.
Till it spins.
Is that part of it? Like, what's going
Oh,
on
yeah.
now? Okay, yeah. So interesting. It's like as long as you're going in a straight line and have your initial traction, it seems okay. But once you lose that traction, then it starts to fuck up, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. As soon as you lose the traction, it'll just spin.
Interesting. So it's like it has, what's the word I'm looking for? Dang it, can't think of the word I want. It's gotta love it when your brain just won't find a word.
Oh yeah.
It's not situational, but it's along those lines. But I want to call it, like for now, for lack of that other word, looks like it has situational torque.
Yeah.
How did you meet them?
Um, I met him because he was working actually out here at in Sandy. He was working at the mechanic shop out here. 68 autos or whatever it is now. Harmony repair, whatever, I don't know. But I met him because I had just got this new car and I was on Great Ocean. A local decided to slam into me.
You know, I have to ask, were you wearing a seatbelt?
Yes.
Okay, that time you were.
That time, yeah. Any other time, probably not. But I ended up going to him to get a repair and we just instantly bonded.
That's cool.
And it was pretty much history from then on. He was literally like there all the time for me, no matter what it was. In the ICU, he was dancing, acting a fool, trying to get me cheered up. Like when I lost my arm, he was completely insane.
I mean, you know, not to divert, but yeah, it was definitely noticeable. You know, so the arm, the eye, is that separate instances?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
My eye was taken because I was kidnapped and tortured for 48 hours. And my arm is actually from up here on Chiliad, where my friend and I thought we were gonna base jump, and my cords got tangled and wrapped around my arm.
Ouch. Just cords completely severed it.
They apparently cut into the arm at first when they got tighter after me falling and getting tangled up in the chute itself. Uh, and apparently, like, after they started cutting into my arm, they started cutting off the circulation to the point that it was irreparable. So there was literally nothing that could have been done.
Condolences for both of those.
And there we go.
Here we go. Nice control. Nice control. She just won't grab an L now, huh?
Nope.
Interesting. Yeah, that's weird.
It used to be so amazing, but now it's
Right.
just not.
Do you know of anything else that would be a better off-road vehicle these days?
I have a Contender that is my primary off-road now.
Is that a truck?
It is.
I think we have those in Safford, if I remember correctly. They're just only used when needed, and I've never had the need to do a mountain call yet. All my mountain calls have been Angel 1.
Well, you haven't known me long enough then.
Yeah, you hinted at that yesterday, that I might be seeing you on duty more often.
I have, me and Chiliad have a love-hate relationship, just like me and Zelig do.
Oh, related. Did you encounter Frank yesterday?
I have not.
Uh-oh. So you're still waiting for the hammer to fall, huh?
I am still waiting. Which I get it. He's worried. I understand. He's worried.
What was he asking you to go get a checkup for, if I may ask?
During the process before my divorce, I started having chest pains really bad.
Oh.
I went to Sandy Hospital and they said that it was either a heart attack or broken heart syndrome.
I was wondering if it might have been massive anxiety.
Yeah. I didn't follow up with it because I usually don't follow up with a lot of things. And that's a me issue and something that people get on me about all the time.
Okay.
But
Well,
Frank is being frank and concerned, and you know.
Right. I know we just met, but should I try to push you towards pillbox today?
No, it's not bad anymore. So the reason why they were considering broken heart syndrome is that's when the heart experiences a lot of stress or too much adrenaline, or when you're experiencing a significant change in your emotions. And with everything that I was going through trying to save my marriage, I had stopped eating and everything, so.
Now, question. Had you used that route to get down before?
Yep.
Yeah, you did seem pretty familiar with it.
I am no newbie to what Chiliad wants to throw at me.
Yeah, like you said, love-hate relationship. I can kind of tell already.
I usually try my best to conquer, and sometimes Chiliad conquers me and sends me flying.
It's a mountain. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I have had a few chances to conquer it, and then it's had a few chances to conquer me. As one would expect.
Right. I mean, I'm wondering which you counted as, though, for the Parachute issue. Was that Chiliad winning or was that the air winning?
uh, it's a hard to say. Thankfully, there's no hog running around over here.
Oh, there's sometime a hog here? Huh.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen one in all the time I've been hunting. Are they normally very belligerent?
Oh yeah, they're very hard to find.
Okay. Yeah, I saw one, and my friend I was hunting with, she bagged it almost immediately, so I had no idea what it was going to do before it was down, basically.
I used to hang out here a lot, and there used to be one single hog that would run up and down the street, and at one point in time, it decided it was going to plow through a group of us.
Oh.
Like we were a bunch of bowling pins.
Well, let's get this out of the way early, just to see how you react. So you might say it was going hog wild?
Yep.
Okay. Puns are safe with you, huh?
I am a punny person, so.
Ah, good. Yeah, they usually come to the fore with me as well.
We'll try the other direction.
Right. Approach number 2.
So how long have you been with Sappher?
Sappher was the academy before the start of the year. So October-ish, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's my fault. I reduced speed. So the first of the year. It's really interesting that you haven't had to scoop me up.
So I was the second to last in my academy to get promoted to EMT. I'm a very slow learner. I also don't test well. And then in addition, several of our FTOs got burned out, and there was pretty much me and one other person fighting for an FTO during the times we were both around. And he had already gotten ahead of me, so I kind of deliberately took a step back to let him have the FTO that was there, so that way, in my thinking, this way, once he's done, then I can basically fill in the slot that he was taking.
True, yeah.
Yeah, and then I had like a 2-week break in the holidays because various issues. Yeah, a little bit of the holiday depression, I'll admit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that also slowed me down. So, yeah. I also don't get on duty a whole lot. I've still got like some commitments in California, so I fly back and forth frequently. So yeah, I don't get as much time here as I'd like. So that's also the last factor to it all.
I mean, it makes sense.
That said, I'm trying to put a little more time on Sappher, being here, and splitting time with California a little more evenly.
I can completely understand. 100%.
It's like I was a stuntman over there. Kind of things went south a little bit, so I'm still trying to pick up what I can, when I can, where I can.
Sounds like fun, though.
Oh, it's a blast. So my main job back before things went south regarding that was, in addition to stunts, I would also usually fly for, are you familiar with what they call second unit shoots?
Yes.
Yeah, I would basically be like the pilot for the cameraman for a lot of aerial photography in addition to doing stunts.
Actually, really badass.
I mean, I always enjoyed it, but yeah, on top of that, also did vehicular stunts, some air stunts as well. I'm a absolute expert at being fake beaten up.
I don't know if that's a good thing or.
I mean, it's one of those things where, I'm just afraid one of these days, if I get in a real fight, I'm either going to absolutely get plastered or I'm going to really hurt someone without meaning
But
to. Oof.
we conquered.
That we did.
Well, that sounds actually pretty awesome, and you're actually doing a lot more with your life than I currently am, so.
Well, you said you're doing dispatching, right?
Yeah, I'm still trainee. I've been with dispatch for like the past 3 months. Um, like I got hired in and everything and left PW, which I loved working at PW, so that was a big change for me, and the main reason I did it was to be with my husband more.
Gotcha.
So I started my first day of what was supposed to be training, and I literally just got told, here's what you do, here's what you don't do. Okay, well, good luck.
Have fun, right?
I'm signing you off on this, so the next time you want to go on duty, you're going to need to wait for somebody that's a trainer, but you can still do this.
Now, what they threw you into, was it very difficult?
Okay, so my next time trying to train was with my ex-husband, and he was throwing everything at me all at once
Yeah.
and overwhelmed me, which is very easy to do. And I shut down and literally just went back home and rolled into a ball and just locked everything out.
See, we were having this discussion with my. I'm not one myself, but I know several people in Safford who are FTOs, and one
Oh
of
no.
the key ingredients to being a good teacher is realizing how your student learns, because everyone learns better a different way. Some people are those who want you to basically throw you into the pool and let you swim on your own, whereas others do want very precise, distinct instructions one at a time. And yeah, it's like that's the sign of a good teacher, knowing what your student is going to work best with.
Yeah. He got really excited, I guess, and then he also drank a bunch of coffee, so that didn't help anything. Oh, well, shit.
Yeah, well, hey, no harm, no foul.
Okay. Um, it's the fact that, it was a busy time too for PD, so, everybody was on the radio.
Right.
And of
I
course,
mean,
with dispatch, you got both radios going.
right. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say I do deal with shared radio being from
hmm
Saffir, so I know some of what goes on.
Uh, so it was like I had the radio going on. I had him just nonstop running his mouth trying to explain things and then throwing all this different types of paperwork at me. Oh, well, okay. Oh my God.
Oh, hang on.
Well, it wouldn't be a off-road trip without me if we didn't roll. You okay?
I'm absolutely fine.
There's always gonna be some kind of roll or something.
I mean, like I said, that's kind of what I did for a living before. So yeah, you got a pretty good roll cage here. I already scoped that out. Seatbelts are
Yeah.
good. I saw you're wearing yours. Very proud of you.
I don't trust this little car for the life of me, so I will definitely put a seatbelt on in this thing.
Gotcha.
I um I had one time where I rolled down Chiliad from the top to the bottom,
Man.
and this.
And were you hurt at all, or did the roll cage
Oh
hold
yeah.
completely? Oh, you
Oh
were.
no,
Okay.
yeah, I was pretty well not feeling good.
Mm.
But yeah, crazy to think that I was gonna join Sapper the same time you did.
Oh, you actually contemplated that academy, huh?
Yeah, I put in my application and everything, but Frank had to call me and turn me down.
Why?
Um, at the time, I had a criminal record. I was going through the expungement phase.
Gotcha.
It was one charge, but it also ruined my life, so
Should I ask about that?
uh, I have what is known as DID.
Okay.
Um, it's managed at this point in time, because my other half of my brain has gone stagnant. Like it's completely just there, but not there. Which is something that happens where it just goes dormant and, nothing ever comes up again. Um, I just realized I had my breath on. I, uh, I had gone through, I was with somebody for like a year, and they decided to break up with me over text,
Oh, jeez.
as I was like, wanting marriage and everything, even though I swore off at that time that I was never going to get married again because I had divorced my ex-husband at that time, on the count of abandonment, because he just sort of left and never came back.
Oh, jeez.
Um, so, my emotions were extremely, extremely high. And that's usually what was my trigger at that time. And I triggered, I, from what I know, is I went to sleep and then I ended up waking up in the hospital. From what I was told is that my other personality has slipped out, and funny enough, this gas station that we're passing right now, she blew up.
Just like a fit of arson, or
Yeah, it was. I don't know. We don't exactly know what was going on at the time to cause it. But from what MCD found out is that she had beat up a man, stole a car, and then launched that car into the gas pumps and just blew it up. Um, so I got 48 hours in Parsons for that, and then 75 months in Bolingbrook. And I was the one that, gladly gave myself up for it. So I admitted my own wronging doings, even though I wasn't me at the time. So
do you know what term do you like using in reference to it, like personality?
Uh, so everybody that knows me and knows about all that knows her as Raven.
Okay. So,
Um, that is her name. She has her own her own way of things.
mhm. So do you know?
And what?
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say she's a little on the more aggressive side of things, so.
Right. Do you know when Raven first came, so to speak?
We've determined that she first showed up around the age of 10. Which my family life was super horrible, so they think that I developed her as kind of a coping mechanism.
Right, that's what I thought it would be.
Or like a way to hide from everything going on. I hate this turn. Okay.
There we go, we got it.
This thing's like a cat.
So it's still got one redeeming quality.
Yeah, it always gets back up on its feet.
I've been through a lot.
Uh, I tell people that I have lived a life, and maybe that life isn't the greatest life, but I've lived a life.
Kind of what you mentioned about the pain yesterday. Basically, try to shoot her on as much as you can.
Yeah. I honestly, they are somehow confused how, with all of the injuries I have endured, I have not messed with my nerves enough to have some type of disorder where you don't feel pain.
I've heard about that, yeah.
So, I mean, it's you know, it is what it is. Some people have had colorful lives, as I like to call them, and then other people have had, you know, lives in which everything was maybe one or two colors. It is taking a lot of therapy to get to where I am now.
I mean, a lot of people resist therapy, but, you know, again, it might not be for everyone, but I certainly have always believed it can certainly be of benefit. But it's just like finding a good teacher. You've got to find the right therapist. If you don't have the right therapist, that's going to make a huge difference. And I think that's unfortunately where some people, you know, have their issue. They get one bad therapist and like, okay, I'm never doing this again. It's like, you know, kind of give it a chance, work at it, look around
Yeah.
some.
Every therapist I've ever had have been nothing short of amazing.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that at least. They're finding all the murder kitties.
Yeah, these guys, I hate these guys out here. I'd never hike out here because of them.
See, back in December, we did, was it, might have been November, somewhere in November, December, we did a Saffir hike. We did actually hike from the Ranger Center up to the top of Chiliad. And yeah, more than a few of us were armed.
Like I stay armed for murder kitties, but also, you know, protection, because we are in Los Santos.
Yep, same. It feels kind of weird when I have to go on duty with Saffir and, you know, I can't carry him.
Yes. See, like, what was that?
I was going to ask if you were allowed as a dispatcher to carry a weapon.
So, as dispatch, you are not to draw your own personal weapon.
Okay, interesting.
If there's an event that happens in which you may be in danger, you are not allowed to pull out your weapon.
They don't even give you guys tasers then, maybe?
Nope.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But you said pull out, so you're allowed to carry it?
Yeah, you can have it on you. You just
Oh, interesting.
can't use it.
Because they did specifically tell us we can't even carry. We cannot have a weapon on us. The only exception is if you're Marine certed, you can have a knife.
Um, the actual SOPs state that you shouldn't, but because of it being Los Santos, they allow for you to do so.
Right. That way, like, if you just got off duty and are walking out the door and someone tries something, then you can do something.
hmm Over at PW, you're not allowed to have your any weapons at all, period.
Oh, really?
Uh, but there are some instances where they are willing to work with. Okay. They are willing to work with you, and allow for you to carry a weapon on you. So my thing was that I was all the time being targeted for something. So they allowed for me to have my weapon with me at all times.
That was awesome.
Um, a lot of people, though, that work for PW have their weapons on them anyway because PW can be a very dangerous job.
Yeah, I would think so.
Like, I had somebody from the Tans decide to rear end my tow truck as I was stopping at a red light. They then pulled up next to me and said that I was going to be shoot on sight
Did they say why?
because they ran into my tow truck.
Okay. So
Yep.
you can't drive and you're going to take it out on the other driver. Got it.
hmm
That's taking road rage a wee bit far.
Yep. So I found out who it was that said that, so every call that they made, I never went to.
It's pretty resourceful managing to find that out, though.
I am. I have a lot of friends in very various areas
Gotcha.
of life. I have been around for the past 3 years, so
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for taking in a newbie today. Because I still feel like one, even though I've been here, like I said, since before the year started.
yeah. I
Part
mean,
of what I mentioned about not getting here as often as I'd like.
it happens though.
Yeah.
Some of us just, create home.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know, it's definitely have that soft spark and that desire to still continue to do the stunt work and what I can get out of it, even though it'll probably never be what it used to be for various reasons, but it's difficult letting it go, so that's why I go back and find what I can do, even stupid little dumb commercial things or whatever. But yeah, I enjoy things here, and I never thought I would be medically inclined, but I've learned quite a bit. Technically, you know, I am actually on the firefighter roster. That's where my passion lies. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't know you had to cross-train as an EMT initially, and Frank told me about it during the interview, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to suck it up and try, see if I can get through it. And somehow, surprisingly, I passed. So, yeah, advanced EMT now, but technically firefighter.
So technically, you're supposed to be running in there to go douse fires and then look for things for EMTs, but instead, you are the EMT.
Right. I don't know how much you know about Saffir, but it's basically outside of Los Santos, like California, other states, Arizona, Nevada, they are all different. Some do have dedicated firefighters who have no medical training whatsoever. Some do cross train, just like they do here. So it kind of varies from state to state, even from county to county, even in some states.
I mean, yeah. It was like that in the state that I came from. Everything was different.
But yeah, so I did finish it. Advanced EMT. The way our SOPs work, you have to have a minimum of one medic unit on duty before you can pull a fire engine as like calling it your call sign. Like if you were the only one on duty and they need a fire truck, you can pull it out. But if you want to solely work with the fire truck 100%, yeah, it's got to be one official medic on duty.
I'm gonna say I've only ever seen Frank in a fire truck.
You know, Frank's probably around when there's a lot more people, and right now, around this time, there's usually about 3 to 4 of us. Me, Jacob, Naomi. We're pretty much the hardcore, like, a few hours before storm crew. Sometimes we'll see Thomas there, sometimes we'll see Andrew, sometimes we'll see Desmond, but it does vary a lot. But yeah, now we're going to have an academy coming in again. That'll be the 20th, so we may see more Foot faces.
Frank tried to like encourage me to put in my application again. Tried so hard, but I told him that I think I was done and hanging up my medical hat for the time being.
Understandable. How long were you
Plus,
a nurse?
I was a nurse for it was 2 years ago, so I was about 8 months that I was a nurse. And then like some things happened. I got into a really bad car accident and nearly died. So I went through that phase of where, you know, I just can't be bothered to do anything anymore. And I ended up telling Cook that, you know, I wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. I wasn't going to be able to push through it. And as he put it, there was always a home for me there.
How do you feel? Do you feel rusty? You could actually, if the desire was there, do you think you could start tomorrow and get right back into the swing?
I'm sure I could. It's just, it's different now with the whole arm thing.
Right. I was just wondering, you know, because, you know, different people different again. Some people, if they don't do stuff for a while, just completely fades from their brain.
Yeah, no, I can still jump right back into it. Like there's been a few cases where I've done that and just jumped right back into it and people were just standing there just like, what? Or like I will make diagnoses to people because they'll give me their symptoms and I'll just be like, oh yeah, it's this, this, and this.
Gotcha.
That nurse in me has never actually like stopped. It's just kind of laid down, I guess.
Right. I mean, kind of like what you said, dealing with why you got a divorce. I think, you know, it's a little bit of
That's one thing that I loved doing, but
a little bit of time to take care of you, not others.
yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. We have to take care of ourselves before we can take care of others.
Although, again, like with the whole caring about others' happiness more than I do my own, that's kind of what happened with me being a nurse. So I would be on duty during hours in which nobody else wanted to be on duty, so it'd just be me, local nurses, and Zelig, and Nancy. With like mass cash coming in and everything else. The aliens.
Yeah. Always makes you wonder. Always makes you wonder.
So what made you actually decide, though, that you wanted to be a medic? Or,
Interestingly enough, firefighter technically, but
yeah.
yeah. So part of my getting into stunt work, in a way, was because of my own background and issues I had in my past, and that thought that in the majority of the movies, the good guy does actually win in the end.
Hmm.
So I got into that, and also I just always liked the thought of, you know, just stunt work in general, getting out, and fake rough housing, and driving cars and doing flips and being blown up, and just really seemed cool somehow. Um, but then, you know, when I first moved here, the reasons I did, um, you know, it just kind of floated through my head that it's like I would like to be the person who can provide that happy ending for someone else. So, ironically enough, you know, putting others ahead of me. I don't know where you might have heard that story before. But, you know, yeah, I wanted to, instead of being a surrogate for a fake hero, I wanted to try to be a little bit of a hero to people for real. Help them out. They absolutely need it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty solid game plan then.
Thank you.
That actually works out quite a bit.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing that threw me was, you know, I never in my life thought I would be anyone medically inclined, and I kind of surprised myself when Frank told me that it's required if you're going to be a firefighter. You can't just be a firefighter. You have to be an EMT, technically advanced. And right on the spot, I'm really like, well, fuck it. You know, I don't think I can do this, but I'm going to at least give it a try because I will not be happy with myself if I don't at least try it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's the runway.
Yes, it is. Is that crane still there? They still
Oh, yeah.
repairing the place? It is. Okay, I can't
They're
see it
still
from here right now.
doing whatever they're doing over there.
Yeah, I didn't hear many details of it. Did you?
No, somebody told me that they were just adding on to it or something.
Well, I heard there was a crash of some type, and then because of the crash, that yeah, they're gonna make renovations, I guess, or something like that.
Just interesting because I'm not used to seeing anything being built or anything like that in Sandy.
Yeah.
Sandy is one of the most unloved areas.
Well, I mean, the hospital was a fairly new addition from what I heard as well.
Yeah. We worked, when I worked for the hospital, we were originally working out of Zona, so.
Oh, okay. Is there a particular reason they shifted that?
They went from Zona to, what the hell is that road called?
Was it the hospital
Eclipse?
near the Eclipse?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yep. Right near Eclipse Towers. But they went from Zona, they said Zona had not enough room, even though Zona was one of the biggest hospitals that we had so far.
Go figure.
But they said it didn't have enough room and shifted from there to Eclipse. Eclipse got blown up, and they went to Pillbox. And I remember that day vividly because I lived in the apartments right next door.
Oh.
Oh, well, hi, okay. Well, you know,
I thought you saw that one.
I was trying to slow down for it, but,
Oh, the brakes didn't go.
It's okay. They're a dime a dozen. It's fine.
I mean, they're pretty violent, so yeah.
Yeah, true. I just saved somebody's life.
Exactly. Was that? I guess those are coyotes.
Uh,
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Oh, well, there we go. I definitely see
run, bacon, run.
the weaknesses you talked about for this.
You definitely what?
I was saying that I definitely see the weaknesses you talked about for this vehicle, but it looks like it has its little fun little bouncy parts too. You know, you can get a little fun out of it.
You were saying something, and
Oh, did clear my throat well, I guess, huh?
oh,
Sorry about that. No, I was saying that I definitely saw the weaknesses you're talking about for this vehicle, but you know, certain hills like these here, you can still have a little fun with it too. Definitely gets a little bouncy.
yeah, it definitely will give you some possible whiplash. It's these kind of hills, like it's like it's glued to, I guess. For the most part, it's just when you start going up higher and the elevation starts kicking in a little higher. Yeah.
That's where it struggles, yeah, especially
Yeah.
if it loses its grip.
But I mean, like, this is fun, like, through here to just whip it around and throw
Yeah.
it around and...
It's a good off-road vehicle if you're staying in sandy. Other than that,
Yeah.
maybe not as much.
For anything that's like you're gonna try to go up Chiliad, especially, I would suggest either an Omnis, or I can't remember exactly what it is. It's a car that my best friend had. That thing it would take on Mount Chiliad like Mount Chiliad was just a hill.
Nice. What was it as far as base design? Was it like a truck?
No, it's a little car.
A little car, okay.
Yep. I know it's an Omnis, I just don't know. You can get it over at, I can't even remember what the hell it's called anymore. It's out here in Sandy, the shop over here.
Okay.
The one by the lake. Oh, hi there again, Piggy.
I haven't bought anything there, but I was there once. Chris works there, if you know Chris from Saffron.
I think I do.
The gray afro.
Yep.
You know, very, very easy to give a distinguishing feature for Chris.
He's scooped me off the road a few times too, so you know.
There you go.
And he lectured me, but you know, it's a different story.
So Chris got burned out kind of quick, unfortunately, because we had some students who were they were pushing things. You know, they're not even with Saffron anymore, put it that way. But I did get a few ride-alongs with him, and my favorite one ever was there was someone with taser prongs, and we took him to Pillbox. And I had been around long enough to know, I'm like, you know, after we were done, after we dropped him off, I'm like, Chris, why did we take him to Pillbox with taser prongs? That guy bugged me. I fucking love that. So yes, apparently if you annoy Chris enough for a minor injury, he's going to take you to Pillbox just to waste your time.
Yeah, the first time I met him, I had actually gotten hit by a local. So they had taken me out by the leg, and he shows up and he goes, "Well, what did you do?" I was like, I don't know, local hit me." And he's all like, "Well, why'd you let the local hit you?" I didn't.
Was not at my discretion.
I didn't say, "Hey, look at me, I'm a walking sign to come hit." He's a character. He's funny.
Yes. Like I said, I just absolutely lost it. That he bugged me.
Then we have Frank, who's the dad of everybody.
Like I said, the Frank stare.
Who he loves my Hellfire.
Oh, you have a Hellfire.
Oh yeah.
I can understand why he loves it. That's a great car.
I have a Hellfire, an EGT, well, obviously my Jester RR that you
Yep.
got to see.
Right. Did you get it fixed yesterday, by the way?
I did.
Good.
Poor thing has been through hell. Let's see, we have the Contender. We have this thing. I have a zombie bobber.
Okay. Wow, that storm just rolled in out of nowhere.
Holy shit. Wait, really?
What?
Time flies.
Yeah, it does.
Crazily.
Like I said, for me, that storm rolled in out of nowhere.
Damn.
You okay?
It just took me by surprise. I literally was not paying attention to any sort of time.
Well, that's a good thing. Enjoying things.
Well, yeah, that's you did a good job with distraction.
Glad I could be of good service.
Now it's gonna be going back to where I am now staying and staring at the odd plushies that I've been sleeping next to.
You like plushies?
They're my friend's plushies.
Oh.
He's taken on medical custody of me, so since I'm such a spaz. I mean, you know. Since I'm, you know, not exactly all the way there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're dealing with stuff right now. You got it. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just thinking.
Okay. Have you thought about maybe going back to PW?
I've given it thought, and I was told that I always have a home there. I was trying to give dispatch a try and like see if I could actually trooper through it. But the problem being is that I will be around the ex-husband a lot for that. And I think that's gonna hurt more than me pushing it aside and trying to, yeah.
Understandable. Yeah.
It's not something that I can just throw away, even though he could.
I'm truly sorry that's the case.
Well, I guess things happen for a reason. Maybe that reason was that he and I weren't actually meant to be together.
Yeah. Hopefully, move past it. Proper amount of time that was right for you.
Yeah. It'll take a little bit, but
Yeah, which is understandable. Take all the time you need. Take care of you for a while.
as stated previously, I'm like rubber and I'll always bounce back.
So I am working on the confidence in this medical thing. If I can be a bad quote-unquote host, even though you're the one who drove and whatnot. I'm curious, the nurse side of you, since you said it does snap to the fore. You know, my promotion was still pretty recent, and I still feel occasionally out of sorts. How do you think I did yesterday in treating you?
You did pretty good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you did really good.
Yeah, very bad at second guessing myself. You know, probably
yeah.
because, like I said, it wasn't a field I ever thought I'd be in.
I mean, we all are. If you don't second guess yourself, then you're not really human, probably.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Desmond Lasaffer, what he says is, you know, just get the confidence, and just keep, you know, faking it till you make it.
Yeah. That's what they told me during nurse orientation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Did you bring along any food for the hike? Did you need anything to eat or drink?
Yeah, I have some stuff in my lunchbox.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Check.
I usually, all the time, forget to feed myself.
I'm very familiar with it, yep.
In fact, my friend who I now live with has stated very thoroughly that I need to take care of myself.
You do.
As he put it, Maxxi, I don't want to have to come home to you lying on the floor starving because you forgot to eat.
Right. I mean, you know, I know we just met, but Maxie seems like a pretty cool person. She deserves good things. So that means including taking care of herself.
It's hard to do. I can't sometimes, you know.
Well, you said you've been here for a while and got a lot of friends. I hope you'll be willing to consider me a new friend. If you can, I would be more than happy to help you try and take care of yourself too.
I mean, not many people get to go off-roading with me, so you are now part of the friend.
I appreciate it. It only took me picking you up off the road with a spatula to get there.
Well, it first took you going on Yeeter.
Yeah, true. That was such a fantastic look yesterday. I mean, literally, I looked at the Yeet. I'm like, damn, she looks really nice. That's a great outfit. I should say something. And then I did the second guess myself, and I waited for about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. Like, no, I'm doing it. Yeah.
It was just a spur of the moment, like, you know, every woman wears something black after she gets divorced, and mine was black leather.
It looked good.
Thank you.
Yep, I had no idea they had jackets like that in the city. Absolutely whatsoever. But yeah, it looked good, and you looked good in it.
Well, thank you. It takes a lot for me to feel confident in anything, so. Between every single piece of scar and all the fake parts in my body and outside of my body.
You're definitely a trooper.
Try really hard.
Well, after storm, I'm probably gonna head back to my hotel, and then later. No, that's right. Today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be staying in the city overnight, but I probably won't be out and about. But yeah, if you'd like to, I'd love to hang out with you again sometime soon.
Well, I'm only one text or call away, so.
Okay. Yeah, I won't run down to the hotel. I'll do that after the storm. So. with you a little more if you want to. Or do you want to get going?
Oh no, I live literally right down the street.
Oh, okay, you're in Sandy. All right.
I used to live in Polito, and now I live right down the street, so. Which, for some reason, I still have keys to his house. What the fuck?
No. Hope that didn't
That's
sting
weird.
any.
Now, he did just text me saying that he wants to meet up so that he can transfer. He can transfer my friend's cars over to me like he's supposed to. That's gonna be pretty much the last of everything.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, after storm, I do have to get back and get to sleep. But need someone to text and, vent or commiserate or just get things out, more than welcome to text me, and I'll answer as soon as I can.
Yeah, no problem. Usually I don't vent too often though, so.
I'm a believer in venting, personally. Yeah, again, everyone's different, but that's the one I'll go for. I try not to be too negative, but yeah, I'm of the feeling that things shouldn't be bottled all the time.
Yeah.
You're a bottler, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. In a bad kind of way. Like, possibly the worst person ever who will bottle up every single feeling.
Well, maybe one of these times, if you really want to do something wild, you can fly out to California with me, and I'll take you on a California freeway, and you'll find out how easy it is to vent there.
I mean, hey, I would be down for that.
Okay. See if I can make arrangements for it. Yeah, because like you talked about with that PW incident with the guy going road rage on you, when it comes to me being in California, if I ever get a crime on my docket, it will be from road rage in California, 100%. And they're just so stupid out there.
I have heard stories. I've heard a lot of horror stories.
The number one that gets me more often than anything is people do not understand not only the concept, but the law, the literal driving law, that you enter at the speed of traffic. And I cannot tell you how often when I'm out there, I'm going on the on-ramp to get onto the freeway, which has a 65 limit, and someone's crawling along at 35, like thinking this will be good enough. It's like, no, it will not.
Yeah.
Because that is actually also a finable offense, driving too slow. And people don't seem to know that one.
Yeah, my home state, people either went too slow or they went Mach fuck.
Mm-hmm. I've seen those as well, yeah.
Yeah. California has always seemed interesting to me, but I've never decided to go visit.
How far away was your home state?
Like a good 40 hours away.
Oh, okay. that's a bit.
I was in the area of which snow was produced.
Interesting. Don't know why that got me tense all of a sudden. Sorry about that. I usually like snow, but yeah, just yeah, I actually do love snow quite a bit. That said, I think I'm going to close my eyes briefly, and then I will say goodbye to you after the storm rolls through.
All right.
So So that was fun. There you go. Have fun with that Omni if you're watching. We're going to get back in, say goodbye to her. They seem to hit it off pretty well, but yeah, I don't think she's looking for anybody at this time. Maybe in the future. We'll see. We shall see. But they've at least struck up a friendship, it certainly seems. Man, she's been through a lot. We just have 3 or 4 minutes to go before we can get back into the server. At this point in time, I'm going to let the recording roll because I don't want to upload two. So that said, I will step away and take care of a couple things, and we'll be back to finish up the session. Be right back, everybody. We are back. We got like 1 more minute before we can try to connect. Let's go put a teaser in my Discord. Why does that keep unfavoriting? Come on. Did the same things yesterday? Mm. Any day now. Any day now. Any day now. Any day now. There we go. Interesting that we had no internet issues, so it may just be the fact when I stream that it gives me the hiccups, which sucks. There we go. Finally. Hopefully she didn't mind waiting so long. She did, completely understandable. Finally. It took a good 15 minutes to get back in the server. She's having an issue too. We can wait a little bit. fast? Okay. Mm. Give it a few more minutes. Just gonna chill up here a little bit. Oh, pop. Chris is awake again. It's a surprise. Jacob not. Naomi not. One note stand. I like it. I noticed something the other day. Let's see if this is still a thing. Yes, you can get the MDT when you're off duty. Interesting. We'll give it a couple more minutes, and then maybe she had to do something, or maybe I misunderstood and she wasn't planning on getting up after storm anyways. 2 more minutes. Alright, I'll start composing the last text. I thought for sure that that was a citizen. Alright, let's get him back to the hotel. But I hope everybody watching had fun. Sorry that the end here ended up kind of anticlimactic. But yeah, hope you enjoyed them getting to know each other, driving around. There's the crane. I was waiting for that to phase into existence. Okay, so maybe my internet is hiccuping, but it's not going out because I'm not streaming. It's just like California. Get up to the speed of traffic, my dude. a civilian? I'm not sure. I don't know how civilians exit cars that are on their side. Huh. You still there? Long meeting. Let's try it.
Excuse me, please. I meant nothing. I am sorry.
Okay, he's French apparently. Alright, I hope you guys had fun. Again, sorry for the anticlimactic ending, but there you go. Jason and Time with Maxxi. A date, quote unquote. Technically. But we won't consider it that. I love you. Bye-bye.